My name is Heather Ashley Jones. I'm the #1 intuitive teacher. And you guys, today I'm going to spend just an hour going over the most powerful information that's ever been out there or ever been spoke about, because the truth is that you have access to the most powerful supercomputer in the world. Right now, in this very moment, you have access to something that is so incredibly powerful, it can change your entire life. But unfortunately, you've been lied to and you've been silenced, and because of that, you will spend the entirety of your life searching for the truth in all the wrong places. So I'm going to help you. I'm going to teach you how to literally get answers in seconds. And not only are these the exact answers you need to set yourself free, these answers are going to help you with pain in your body, pain in relationships, and pain in your bank account. Because you guys have to understand something. Your body speaks to you. And if you haven't figured it out yet, the most powerful instrument, supercomputer, vessel, temple, instrument is literally you. In fact, doctors, scientists have never been able to come close to create something as powerful as a diagnostic machine as you. Nothing in the world creates to the amount of information that you have access to, and your body is a diagnostic tool, meaning that your body can test truth within 99.9% accuracy. And when you understand how truly powerful you are, that is where, right, the elites pray to Satan every day that you do not figure out this information, because once you do, you will set yourself free. And I'm not just talking about setting yourself free from pain. I'm talking about setting yourself free from financial issues, from relationship issues. Because again, once you understand how to access this instrument, which is you, once you understand how to get answers in seconds, everything will change for you. So first, let me explain what pain actually is. And I'm going to talk to you like a third grader, because most of us have been so brainwashed and lied about this one simple thing. And when you change your perception on pain, when you understand the truth about what pain actually is, this information alone is going to change your reality. So I need you to understand that pain is your body's only way of telling you, communicating with you when something is wrong. And it is actually your gift. So 95% of people think that pain is physical, right? My head hurts, my back hurts, my shoulder hurts, like it's physical. And that is the biggest lie. I want you to imagine for a second that I gave you a multi-million-dollar Lamborghini. I gave it to you. I put it right on your porch, okay? Okay. So I put this Lamborghini on your porch, okay? I say, go take it for a drive. It's yours. So you're taking this $1 million Lamborghini for a drive down the road, and all of a sudden, the Lamborghini gives you a warning signal on the dashboard. Now, I know for a fact that you are going to pull over as quickly as you can, and you are going to figure out in seconds what my car needs. Now, I also know that you are not going to take that $1 million Lamborghini and you're going to go to a gas station and buy random products from the gas station and start pouring it down the gas can, hoping and praying that that warning signal goes away. I also know for a fact that you are not going to ignore the warning signal on the dashboard and hope and pray that it goes away. And I also know for a fact that you are not going to blame the dashboard and go, stupid dashboard, right? So why do most every single person on the planet, we do that with our own bodies? When our bodies give us a warning signal, which is pain, we ignore it. When our bodies give us a warning signal, we go to the store and we buy random products. We don't know what the heck they are. And we shove it down our gas can, hoping and praying that the warning signal is going to go away. We would never do that. Now, here's another analogy. I want you to imagine that if you do ignore the signal in your Lamborghini, what is going to happen? Fact. That Lamborghini is going to end up broke down on the side of the road, almost unrepairable. Now, you guys, I was a 16-year-old and I had a car, and guess what I did? I blew the engine by ignoring the warning signal. And that warning signal started off as something very small. My car just needed oil. Okay, my car just needed oil. But if you ignore a signal long enough, something that was very small can turn into something devastating, astronomically huge, like cancer, Hashimoto's, plantar fasciitis, weight gain, anxiety, addiction. So we do not ignore our body's signal. Okay, we understand that our body can only speak to us through pain. And when we give our body what it needs, it will run. It's that simple. Now, if you've been ignoring your signals for a very long time, most likely you were either broke down, dying on the side of the road, or you're about to. Now, how many of you guys feel like this? You feel like my vehicle is about to break down and die any second. Okay, I felt like this for almost 31 years. And for almost 31 years, I was silenced. Dana, yeah. I was a people pleaser. I let people walk all over me. I ignored my pain all the time. I shoved my pain down. I silenced myself. And I did this for so long. I had so much anxiety. I had so much depression. Does this sound familiar to anyone? So much pain in your body. Now, after I just told you what pain actually is, I need you to understand that the pain is your communication that's been trying to get your attention for years. And if you continue to silence pain, and if you continue to ignore your pain, pain is not going to go away. It's going to get louder. And pretty soon you're going to end up broke down on the side of the road wondering why. Why me? Why do I have all these problems? Okay, when the truth is, if you just learned how to use your instrument, if you just learned how to communicate with pain, you would be able to set yourself free. How cool is that? And let me tell you something, this is your birthright. When I was at my most successful, making six figures, I was at my worst mentally and physically. Yeah, because when you understand that money doesn't solve all your problems, we always think it does, right? Now, money is amazing. But do you know that people who are sick or suffering or feel like they want to die, it doesn't matter how much money in the world, they would spend all that money just to be healthy and feel amazing. So we're going to talk about what pain actually is. So you guys, for today, I'm going to teach you the truth code. Okay, this is a system that I created. It took me 10 years, thousands of dollars of certifications, but you don't need that. We have to stop believing that our healing comes in thousands of dollars, in years of work, in therapy, right? Those are all lies meant to keep you stuck, meant to keep you as the cash cow, because they don't want you to heal yourself. They don't want you to understand how simple and easy healing can truly be. Now, I've helped thousands of people heal their pain, not just physically in their body, but in their bank accounts and in their relationships. Because the truth is pain is a signal. It's a language. And when you understand that your body is speaking to you, telling you exactly what you need to do, it is a game over. And like I said before, the elites pray to Satan. You never figure out this information because this information will literally bankrupt them. And you should be infuriated right now that for decades, us have been the experiments. We have been the ones that have been silenced. We have been the ones that are taking the pill over and over and over again, hoping for a different result. Yet we're paying for more problems, and this is called insanity, you guys. We're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting for different results. This is insanity. And I don't want you to be insane anymore because I know what it feels like. Okay? I know what it feels like to go to the doctors and to tell them all your symptoms. And then they do labs and they do blood work and they say, guess what? There's actually nothing wrong with you. Or worse, we can give you some prescription medication that's not only not going to fix you, but it's going to cause you 10 to 15 to 20 other side effects, right? Yes, we are the data. So depression and anxiety are signals. That is not the cause. Depression and anxiety are the signals. We want to get to the root cause. So going back to that Lamborghini example, if a Lamborghini gives you a warning signal, we're not just going to go to the gas station and put gas in it, right? And hope and pray that if I just put more gas in my car, it's going to fix the problem. We don't do that, okay? We would never do that either. So most of us, every time we have pain, we take a painkiller. That doesn't fix the problem. It masks the symptoms. So we are taught, at least in this society, to fix the rotten apples. Let's just make all the rotten apples look pretty, even though the roots, right, are rotten. We need to get to the rotten root and rip it out. So when you understand these 6 pain signals, okay, when you understand the truth about pain, which I'm going to teach you, you are going to set yourself free. You're going to save thousands of dollars. I have not been to the doctors in over 10 years. Okay. I do not pay into their system. I do not pay a $1 trillion medical system that's literally ran by the worst type of people. The education system, the healthcare system, and the wealth system. They are all ran by the worst kind of people. Now, when I tell you that there have been so many Jedi references lately that the Jedi is returning, the Force is returning, you guys, this is literally what I'm talking about. The Force is within you. You've always had it. It's been silenced in you, but it's awakening, and the rebellion is happening. Okay? The people who run this world, they're shaking in their boots because so many people are awakening to the truth, right? The lies are crumbling before our eyes. For the first time, we are truly seeing the data, not only behind, right, COVID, but behind all the things that have been happening historically over the last several hundred years. So what is pain? Okay. Gavin, haven't been sick since 49. What is pain? This one thing will change everything for you. If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow me, get a pen and paper, write this information down, okay? This is information you do not want to lose. And I would hate for you to go your years searching for truth when you have access to it right now. So pain is a signal. Pain is a signal. That's all. It is an SOS signal. It is the only way that your body can tell you there is a problem. Now, 95% of people think that pain is physical, right? I was the same way. Oh, I have a headache. Must mean something physical. Lies. Lie, lie, lie. That is the biggest lie. There are 5 silent killers. 5. And you probably have 3 of them and you have no clue. And if you do not fix these 5 silent killers, you are going to end up in your vehicle broke down on the side of the road wondering why. Okay? What about pap smears? Do women not need that? When you understand the information I'm about to teach you, then you will have the ability to decide if that is needed or not, period, in seconds, okay? So pain, 95% of pain is not physical, but if it is physical, meaning that pain came out of nowhere, you don't know what it is, the root cause, you guys, we're talking about root causes here, parasites, toxins, and nutrient deficiencies. Now I'm gonna ask you a couple critical thinking questions that's going to prove to you that the whole paradigm that you've been born under is a lie. When you cut your hand, do you need to tell your hand, do you need to give your hand permission to heal itself? Yes or no? If you cut your hand open, do you have to say, hand, I give you permission to heal yourself? Do you have to do that? No. Okay? Now, what happens though if your hand doesn't have what it needs to heal itself? Okay, most likely it's going to still remain in pain longer. It's going to take longer to heal, right? That is pain. That is communication. That is your body saying, hey, this is taking a little bit longer to heal. I need something from you. I need nutrients. I have too many toxins. There's parasites that are preventing me from helping you heal quicker, right? Our body needs maintenance. Okay, we are like Lamborghinis. We're more powerful, but our body needs regular oil changes. Our body needs regular coolant. Our body needs nutrients to survive. So if we don't have that, our body is going to speak to us through pain. I'm going to teach you exactly how to know, by the way, what nutrient you need, what parasites you need to get rid of, and which toxins you need to get rid of, because you have the most powerful diagnostic tool in your hands right now. This instrument that they told us to disassociate with from birth, this instrument that they told us is the problem and that pain is the problem. Hey, Selena, this one thing is going to set you free. And if you continue to disassociate and outsource your truth, you will continue to, I promise, not be able to get your own truth in seconds. You're going to continue to fall and stumble and hurt yourself and rely on people, which is putting your faith in the arm of flesh. And we don't do that because flesh is corruption. Okay, you want to put your trust and your faith and your truth from source, which comes from within. So if pain is physical, it's going to be parasites, toxins, nutrient deficiencies, okay? I'm not talking about the pain that happens when you get in a car accident and you break your back or you walk outside and you trip your ankle. Obviously, that's why you're in pain. I'm talking about the pain that comes out of nowhere. If it is physical, parasites, toxins, nutrient deficiencies, got it? Okay, now I want to talk about these 5 silent killers because this is why I'm here. This is why I teach what I teach. This is why I am the #1 intuitive teacher. because I understand that we are multidimensional beings. You are a multidimensional being, queen, king. So we got to look at all 6 things. We got to look at the physical. We can't ignore that, but we also have to look at these things. And no doctor, not one, is going to look at these things, but it's been proven that they're real. You guys ready? Emotional trauma. How many of you guys, please let me know, and you can put a 1 in the comments if this is you. How many of you have suffered physical trauma, sexual trauma, religious trauma, spiritual trauma? Every single one of you should be putting up a 1. Now, this is the truth that they do not want you to understand about emotional trauma, that when you experience trauma, that it stays in the past. Well, that happened 20 years ago. If you have not personally gone back in time and healed that trauma, okay, that trauma is still affecting you today, and it is causing you physical chronic pain. It is causing you waking. It is causing you to have addiction. It is causing you to have anxiety. It is causing you to have depression. It is causing you to have physical issues in your body. And once again, you're going to go to the doctors and you're going to tell them all these symptoms. And guess what? They're going to say there's actually nothing physically wrong with you, because you cannot test emotional trauma in any diagnostic tool and any blood work. No labs are going to show this, but it's been proven that when you do not heal an emotional trauma, that emotional trauma causes dis-ease. A trapped emotion causes dis-ease in the body. What is dis-ease? It's disease. And here's another thing that you've been lied to. Healing trauma does not take years. Healing trauma does not take years. It takes literal minutes to get to the root cause of your trauma. How do I know this? Because I personally healed my own trauma. I know what it feels like to have the worst types of violations, to have my innocence violated over and over again, and then to have your own family tell you that it never happened, or they don't believe you. And then to have those violences happen to you, and then you grow up your entire adulthood thinking that you're unworthy, you're not good enough. So then because of those beliefs, you allow people to walk all over you, treat you like absolute garbage. And then because of that, you exhaust yourself by trying to prove your worth. And then all of a sudden you get symptoms like headaches, fatigue, exhaustion, anxiety, depression. But guess what? The doctors have a solution for you, and it comes in a pill. And that pill not only is not going to fix you, not going to heal you, it's going to cause you 10 to 20 to 30 other side effects. So our system is literally programmed to, number 1, believe that we can't heal our pain. And if we do, it's going to take years and lots of painkillers. And we also subscribed to the lies that not only am I going to pay for this poison, I'm going to say yes to the 10 to 20 other side effects that come on the warning label. You guys, that is insane. It's insane. It's insane. So why am I teaching you this? Because I want you to know that you can be free. I want you to imagine yourself understanding for the first time what your pain actually is, the truth, the emotional trauma. I want you to understand that those memories that might still be affecting you now, you can heal them. You can take your power back. And it takes literal minutes. And I teach you how to do that in the Truth Code system, okay? So how many of you guys, okay, know for a fact that you have emotional trauma? We already saw a bunch of ones, right? It's every single person. And you will spend your whole lifetime doing this, the physical thing, the parasite cleanses, the vitamins, the minerals, the detoxes. And you're like, I don't know why I won't lose weight. I don't know why I have so much anxiety, depression. Okay? And get my free guide. And said, yeah, what cost? I can't afford anything. I'm literally struggling even for basic needs. Get my free guide. Understand this information I'm teaching you right now will literally change your life if you just do this one thing. Stop ignoring your pain and know what pain is. And that's what I'm teaching you right now. If you want the entire system, it is affordable. It's $27. It's the entire system. Okay? So, emotional trauma. This was a big one for me. Okay, this is a big one for a lot of my clients, a lot of people I help. They have no clue. They're like, I had no clue that was still affecting me so much today. Okay? I've worked with women who have cancer, and guess what? They never told anybody about the innocence that was taken. I have people who have the worst types of issues, physical issues, and guess what? Most of them have in common. They have the most horrific types of childhood trauma. physical, sexual, okay, emotional traumas. All right, let's talk about the second silent killer. Again, these silent killers, it doesn't matter how many physical things you do. You will never fix these things with doing something physical. And that's why most people are sick, because they're trying to fix the problem, but you're not getting to the root cause of the problem, right? So the second silent killer, generational trauma. How many of you guys are aware of generational trauma? So horrible. I don't know what NDD is. So horrible. I don't know what NDD is. But again, no matter what the problem is the symptom. The problem is the signal. So if you have headaches, migraines, back pain, shoulder pain, hair loss, weight gain, addiction, depression, allergies, signals, those are just signals. It could be passed in your genes, yeah. Now, some generational traumas, you guys, we can physically see with our eyes, right? We can see when there's narcissism that gets passed down. We can see when there's scarcity that gets passed down. We can see when there's maybe like physical traumas that get passed down. Like if a parent is physical with their children, sometimes the children become physical with their children, right? We can see inherited patterns, but most of these inherited patterns I'm talking about, they're silent killers. They have no face, okay? Most people are walking around with all 5 silent killers. Pain does not have a face. I'm frozen on YouTube. Thank you for letting me know. Let me reset this. Sorry, guys. Hopefully that fixed it. Okay, so pain is just a signal. So how many of you guys have 2 for 2? How many of you guys know for a fact I have some emotional trauma? Thank you for the roses, Laura. How many of you guys know for a fact I have generational trauma? Now I need you to understand something, that when you were born with the most powerful gift of discernment. It's called your intuition. As a child, you had access to all of this, but slowly over the years, you pushed away your body and you disassociated. So I'm going to teach you how to come back and get these answers. I'm going to teach you how to set yourself free. Now I was talking about pain. Look at all these 2s. Candy, Jules Life, Dubel. So pain is a silent killer. Do you know 95% of the time when you're talking to someone, they are probably having the worst day of their entire life and you would have no clue? Do you know how many times I was out in public and I looked totally fine, but inside I was screaming, I was dying? How many of you guys have had that? Like, pain does not have a face, you guys. Pain is a silent killer. And most of us are walking around, right, as if we're already broke down on the side of the road, but nobody can tell because it doesn't have a face. I've helped doctors, I've helped millionaires, I've helped very well-off people, and you would have no clue that they are carrying emotional trauma, that they're carrying generational trauma, okay? 2 spinal surgeries, woof. I helped someone on my live, you guys, who had 15 back surgeries, 15. She was in her late 60s. She had 10-10 chronic back pain for years. And guess what? She came to my live. She learned the truth code system. We took her from a 10-10 pain to a 0 in literal minutes on my live. You guys, make sure you follow my YouTube channel at Heather Ashley Jones. Watch it. Because pain is a signal. And when you give pain what it wants, if you give a car oil when it needs oil, it can run on its own. It's not going to keep bothering you. The signal is going to go away. Our bodies do the same thing. Okay? 2 for 2. Let's go for the third one. Okay? Let's go to the third silent killer. How many of you guys know about absorbed energy? How many of you guys are empaths? Usually I say that word and everybody knows what an empath is. We take on all the stuff. We can feel energy. We can walk into a room and like cut it with a knife. The energy can be so thick. Yep. 3 for 3. What if I told you that all it took was 1 absorbed energy, 1, to cause you physical chronic pain? I love it alone because of that. Amber, most people do because they haven't been taught how to protect themselves. So it's safer to just go inside. But I'm telling you, Queen, you are meant to be seen and heard. Okay? Shauna, I am so tired of it. I know, Queen. I know what it feels like to come home after a full 9-to-5 job and you're just exhausted. I know what it feels like to have people just dump and dump and dump, and you feel obligated to take and take and take. But I need you to understand something. I did this too for 30 years. You don't have to live that way anymore. You can literally ask your body in seconds, what is this pain? And if it's absorbed energy, it's not yours. You can command it to leave. And it is that fast. Okay, if you have energy that's not yours, you can command it to leave in seconds and the pain will leave. Okay, that is your birthright. That is your gift to know and to be able to clear. So, how many people are 3 for 3? I know I have emotional trauma, childhood trauma that I have not yet healed, that I'm still carrying around today. How do you know if you have those traumas? Think of memories in your past. If they still trigger you and cause you pain, emotion, or rage, queen, king, you need to go back and save yourself. Okay? Generational trauma. Do you know that you can carry pain from your great, great, great grandfather? PTSD from it, yep. So post-traumatic stress disorder is a signal. It is just your body's signal. So whenever that comes up, it is your body trying to tell you, we need to heal this, okay? Absorbed energy. You guys, we absorb energy all the time. If you've ever gone to the movies and watched a movie and literally felt like the fear or the sadness or the pain, or you watch those infomercials, right? The ones with the suffering kids, and you felt that pain, like that is absorbing energy. That is taking it in. But the problem is that the only one that's suffering is you. So we got to learn how to listen to our bodies when we're feeling that pain so that we can give our body what it needs so the pain goes away. Okay? All right. So in the comments, 3 for 3. How many of you guys know for a fact you have these 3? Okay? Drop it in the comments. Make sure, if you guys do not want to lose this information, follow me, get my free guide. Okay? My free guide gives you more information than you will find anywhere because I'm going to teach you the truth about pain in your body. Just this one thing will set you free. It will give you so much information. Okay? Look at all these 3 for 3s. Yep. Okay. Let's talk about the next signal. So if you guys are new here, welcome. We're talking about pain. We're talking about the most powerful instrument in the world, which is your body. Okay? This is the truth code system that took me 10 years to figure out. Thousands of dollars in certifications. I won't say wasted, but unnecessary. So I'm here to help people understand how to get answers in seconds when it comes to your pain so that you can set yourself free. Because that is your birthright to be able to do that. You've never had to rely on a medical system, a healthcare system, a broken educational system, or a broken wealth system. In order to set yourself free, you have to learn this information. Do not be like me and spend 30 years suffering in silence, hoping and praying that someone else is going to come and fix you. They never will. They're going to give you more problems. They're going to give you a pill for your ill. This is how you set yourself free. You understand the truth about your body. You understand the truth about pain. Okay? So we're talking about pain signals. We've already gone through technically 4, 5. Yep. We have 2 more. So the next signal is spiritual warfare. Again, this is what separates me from a lot of intuitive spiritual teachers out there because I teach the whole thing. I teach everything. We are multidimensional beings. Why are we not talking about spiritual warfare? As if the people who run the world are not using it against us every single day. As if the people who own the education, who own the wealth, and who own the health system are not using it every single day against us. You guys, spiritual warfare is real. It does not care what race you are. It doesn't care what gender you are. It doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care what religion you believe in. All it cares about is that you do not believe so that it can continue, right, to cause you harm. It can continue to feed off of your life force. Now, I am of the 4th way teachings, esoteric teachings. I believe that there is good and there is bad. I believe that it's all necessary. I believe that because there is a God, there is a Satan. But the reason why I believe and the reason I can actually testify spiritual warfare is because when I was a little girl, I physically, with my own eyes, saw demonic entities, unclean spirits, the tall shadow hat man. I was silenced. I was abused. I had sleep paralysis. I had night terrors. I wet my bed for 10 years. I think I was 10 years old when I finally stopped wetting the bed. Now, at 4 years old, do you think, thank you for the rose, do you think at 4 years old that I would make something like that up? No. Do you think at 4 years old that I was a religious scriptorian and I understood the truth about good and bad? No, I was a little girl, but I was surrounded by physical trauma. I was surrounded by sexual trauma, emotional trauma, and that was the perfect gateway for these things to come in. So as a child, I knew that there was spiritual warfare because I physically saw it. So when I would go to church, which I did every Sunday for years till I was like in my late 30s, when I would read about spiritual warfare, about demonic entities, I knew that wasn't a made up parable. I knew that those things could cause you physical chronic pain and that you would go to the doctors and they would do so many labs, so many tests, and they would say, guess what? There's nothing wrong with you. Now, I believe that the mental institutions, the mental hospitals, that's not where they put crazy people. That's where they put spiritually gifted, awakened people. And here's the truth too. There is literally no such thing as a chemical brain imbalance. That has not been proven. Nowhere in any medical history, clinical research, have they proven that issues in the brain are caused by a chemical imbalance. That is a lie. So then what is the truth then? Well, you don't have to guess, you can know. So when it comes to spiritual warfare, this is pain. They can hurt you so bad. They can make you have anxiety, depression, addiction, weight gain, hair falling out, skin issues, family issues. How many of you guys have experienced spiritual warfare? So if you have and you think you have 444, put a 4 in the comments. Spiritual warfare. Now, when I was 21, I started to develop chronic migraines, the worst type of migraines. 21 years old, I thought I was dying. Anyone ever have medical health issues that they still can't figure out? Any of you guys spent thousands of dollars on doctors and they still don't know what's wrong? Yeah. Because it doesn't matter how many labs, diagnostic testing, if you have any of these silent killers, they're never going to figure it out. Fibromyalgia is a signal. I've helped people heal their fibromyalgia. I helped people get to the root cause of their fibromyalgia, so therefore they were able to heal themselves. I got to be careful because fibromyalgia is just a signal. Okay. So for 10 years, I suffered with chronic debilitating pain. I prayed every single day for God to deliver me, right? I was praying every single day. Help me, save me. I'm in so much pain. Every single day I was being answered. Every single day I prayed, I was getting answers. You guys ask and you shall receive. This is your gift, but we've been lied to. So for 10 years, I was given a solution. Do you want to know what the solution was? It was called Imitrex. How many of you guys are on prescription medication for your pain? I want you to put on your critical thinking hat. Is this prescription medication making my life any better? Is this healing my body? Will it heal my body? And if the answer is no, then why are you taking it? For 10 years, I took this medicine, and for 10 years, my pain never got better. In fact, it got increasingly worse, and their solution was to increase the dosage. So by the time I was 31 years old, you guys, 31, I was still on this prescription medication, but I was taking the maximum dose. Yes, I believe in God and Jesus. But I also believe in creator, source, universe. I think that language is constricting and our language puts people in boxes. So I believe that just because you say who you believe in, it doesn't change the fact that we have a loving creator who is here to help us. So spiritual warfare, 10 years of taking this medication, doing all the right things, you guys, but I have been so disassociated from my body, my instrument. I didn't understand for 10 years that my body was screaming at me, trying to tell me to listen. You guys, pain is communication. Pain is your body's only source to get you to acknowledge there's something wrong. If you take away pain, you have nothing to know that there's something wrong with your body. So I was silencing my messenger with a painkiller for 10 years. For 10 years, guess what? My messenger didn't go away because your messenger is trying to help you. So if you keep sending your messenger away, they're just going to keep coming back louder and louder and louder until you are forced to listen. But usually in those cases, it's when the diagnosis gets really bad, right? Oh, guess what? You have cancer. Oh, guess what? You have Hashimoto's. Guess what? You have plantar fasciitis. That didn't just start or happen overnight. It was a slow, silent killer that turned into something big. If your car needs oil and you give it oil, guess what? It's going to be fine. But if you ignore your car's signal for long enough, that little bit of oil is going to turn into a broken down engine. You need a whole new transplant. So we have to stop ignoring our signal. Okay? Just this one source of information will help you. Now, most people, they're like, cool, I'm an instrument. Now I know what my pain is, but how do I fix it? How do I fix it? So you guys, that's where the last 10 years of my certifications, helping people one-on-one, I realized that once you get to the root, it's so simple to clear it. And that's why I created the truth code system. So you don't have to guess. You can know what parasite, which toxin, which nutrient deficiency. You can know which emotional trauma you are suffering with. You can know which generational trauma. You can know what absorbed energy, and you can know what spiritually is attacking you. Now, after 10 years of taking this painkiller, you guys, I found myself in a situation where I couldn't get to my medication and I was freaking out. Okay. I was dependent on this medicine to help my body. But thank goodness, I wasn't able to get to my medication, because what happened was I actually reached out to one of my mentors who I was getting certified in Reiki. And I said, hey, I'm about to have a full-on migraine. I need help. Like, I need your help. So she called me back and she let me know that I was being attacked by legions of demonic entities. You know, when someone tells you something like the truth and your whole soul feels it, like I got the chills in my body. I knew that what she had just told me over the phone was true. That was the first day in 10 years that I was able to clearly heal my migraines. Gone. With no medication. No pain, 10 years, because I was being attacked by legion of demonic entities. For 10 years, I was praying for an answer, and I was given the answer every time through my messenger. Listen to me, your pain is spiritual. But I was taught to ignore my messenger. We are taught to ignore pain, you guys. We are taught to ignore the one thing that can set us free. And this is not just when it comes to physical pain. This is when it's relationships. Pain in relationships is also communication. Pain in your bank account, it's also communication. Yeah, Laurel, negative loosh energy, suckers, parasites. So there's so many different terms and languages for spiritual warfare. You don't have to become a demonologist. You don't have to become a psychic or a medium to know if you are being attacked spiritually. It's literally learning how to ask and receive. You don't have to get certified as a Reiki master. You don't have to get certified in all of these modalities like I did to understand the truth of what's affecting you and how to fix it. This is why I teach the truth code system, because I spent thousands of dollars, you guys, in medical bills, and doctors, and psychics, and mediums, and certifications, NLP, hypnosis, Reiki, emotion code, map, theta healing, human design, Innerwise. The list goes on and on and on. Because if I'm going to be honest, I was trying to heal myself and I was trying to help my husband, right? And I kept thinking that all of the information, it had to come outside of me. It had to come in a book. It had to come in a prophet. It had to come in a pasture. It had to come from a psychic. It had to come from somebody more intuitive than me or more knowledgeable than me, right? Because heaven forbid the information come from myself. Like, that's blasphemy almost. But once I understood by helping clients, you guys, I was doing this for 10 years. I was seeing clients one-on-one. And something happened where I was able to get to the root cause of people's pain in literal seconds. I was able to help them understand in seconds what their pain was. And almost every single time their pain was completely gone, but before they even stepped outside of my office. And that is when a light bulb came on in my head. And I was like, oh my gosh. The truth is within every person. They just forgot how to ask and receive. All right. How many of you guys are 4 for 4? How many of you guys are 4 for 4? Spiritual warfare, generational trauma, emotional trauma, absorbed energy. How many of you guys think you have something spiritual going on? 4 for 4. Yep. How many of you guys think you have something spiritual going on, but maybe you're afraid? How many of you guys are afraid? I don't want you to be afraid of the spiritual stuff, because if you realized how powerful you are, those things are more terrified of you. Would truly. And so that's why I teach spiritual warfare the way I do, is because once people understand how powerful they are, those things will flee at the sight of you. Good, Amber. All right, let's go to the 5th one. This is the last signal. So for those of you guys who are new here, welcome. We're talking about the truth code system. This is the exact system that will teach you how to get a yes or no in seconds. It's all going to make sense when I wrap it all up, but pain is just communication. Your body is the instrument. When you ask a question every time, what is my pain? Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, absorbed, or one more key? Okay. No, I'm not afraid. Good. We need more people like that who are educated, awakened, and understand their truth. All right. So this last signal, I call them keys in my system, but this last signal, okay, is so important. It was the last key in my healing journey that completely set me free. And again, I teach the whole system. We'll go like that. I teach the whole system. And when you understand the power of the Trinity, when you understand the power of good, bad, and evil, right? When you understand that you have to treat everything to know what it is, you're going to set yourself free. So I'm going to tell you a story about my mentor. My mentor taught me, I got certified in this. So you guys, you know how I said I spent thousands of dollars in certifications, because every time I found something out, I was like, oh, I got to get a certification. I work with so many spiritual healers, and they're never satisfied with one. They are constantly in certifications because they think they need more. That's a lie. Okay. So let me tell you a story about my mentor. So she was born with a kink in her neck. Okay. She was born with a kink in her neck. She went to several doctors. Her parents were, I would say, blue collar. Was that blue collar, like middle class? And so they had money, but they didn't have a ton of money. So they did the best they could. But anyways, they took her to several doctors. And every single doctor was like, we have no clue why her neck is crooked. Like, there's nothing physically wrong. There's no broken bones. Like, she should be straight. And so for years, they couldn't figure it out. And so eventually they just accepted her fate that she would always just have a kink in her neck. So fast forward to college years. She was brutally bullied, by the way. Brutally bullied, horrible jokes. But she was finally like set free in college. She's like, I can move, I go to college. So at college, her friend got a hold of her and she said, hey, you need to come down because there's this man on campus and he's healing people. There's a man on campus and he's literally taking people with these ailments and he's like healing them. Like, I think you should come down. So she drove down to the event and she volunteered. She volunteered to have him help her. So this man proceeded to have her sit on this chair in front of everyone. And he told her to close her eyes. And he walked her through what would be considered a guided meditation. Okay. So he walked her through this meditation. And as she was sitting there, she tells the story that she was transported to another timeline. And in this timeline, she was shown herself. But when she saw herself, she was a slave. And she had this huge metal bar around her neck with a huge metal lock that was hanging down on the side. You guys get where I'm going with this? So the man proceeded, right, to tell her, because she's telling everyone what she's seeing. I'm seeing myself as a slave. I have this huge metal lock and chain on my neck. He tells her, take it off. Says, I want you to take that lock and I want you to take that chain off of your neck. So she did. And you guys, what happened next was a miracle. Because in front of all of those college students, her neck was completely straightened after she took that lock off. Okay. So she went on to working with this man, and she actually became one of the first women to create past life regression therapy sessions. So what she had just experienced was a past life trauma. Now, I wouldn't have believed it had I not experienced my own past life trauma, my own excruciating pain that was healed in literal minutes from doing a similar type of session. She went on to become a New York Times bestselling author, and then she started to teach hundreds of men and women across the world that some of their pain could be tied to another lifetime. This might be hard for some people to wrap their minds around because we are taught that time is linear, right? That it's a straight line, even though science has proven that time is multidimensional. You guys, time is, it's all existing at the same time. And there are parts of us in different realities that have experienced pain, and our body is the only physical vessel that can clear that. So how many of you guys, this one is not as many, but how many of you guys think maybe I might have a past life trauma that might be causing me pain, or money blocks, or relationship problems? This could show up in like karma. This can show up, right, in things just not working out over and over again, cycles, patterns. Yeah. Amber's like, I don't know. So this is how I want to wrap it all up for you guys. 5 for 5, Candy. Let me ask you another critical question. How many parasite cleanses, detoxes, vitamins are going to fix an emotional trauma? How many emotional trauma healings are going to fix parasites? How many generational trauma clearings are going to fix absorbed energy? How many parasite cleanses, detoxes, vitamins, pills are going to fix a past life trauma? You guys, you do not fix your pain. Hey, Jennifer, it's all in the mind. And you know what? I would agree with you because creation is in the mind. We've been lied to about what our mind actually is. When you go into your mind, you're actually in creation. Everything exists, the past, the present, and the future. It all exists. And where does it exist? It exists in your mind. And guess what? You are not separated from source. So everyone thinks that their cell phone is so cool because we have AI. But what if I told you that your body, this instrument, that's literally the only thing that's anchoring you to this earth, is the only thing that is keeping you here, by the way, and you are not separated from source. So you have access to all the information that ever has been and ever will be. So if you want to know what pain is, it's a signal, it's communication. It's literally your only body's mechanism to tell you what's wrong. Thank you for reposting and sharing. So I'm going to wrap this all up in a bubble or in a package so you kind of understand the whole picture. So if Mary and John and Sally come to me with migraines, they all have horrible migraines, I'm not going to give them all a pill, right? That's the old Western paradigm. Oh, and we could talk. She's like, I was burned as a witch. There's a lot of people that are carrying the persecution's cross in this lifetime right now, which is the cross of being silenced. And this is the lifetime where you have to refuse that cross. You have to start speaking and you have to start being seen. We're going to talk about that in Spiritual Mastery in just a second. So if John comes to me with a headache, I'm not going to guess what John needs, right? And this is what you guys can all do too, and you can learn it in the Truth Code system. So if John comes to me with a migraine, I know that's pain, and pain is a signal. There's something not right with John. So I'm going to ask John's body, what is this? Is this physical? Because let's be honest, parasites can cause migraines, so can toxins, and so can nutrient deficiencies. So John does have parasites. I don't have to guess with the Truth Code system. I can know exactly which parasites, which toxins, which nutrients, okay? So I give John the things he needs. Guess what? John, migraine's gone. Then Sally comes to me with the same exact migraines, the same exact symptoms. But guess what? Sally's symptoms are not physical. She has emotional trauma. As a child, she was abused. And all of this pressure of trying to silence her truth for so long is causing immense migraines. So we do some breakthrough, which I teach you in the truth code. We do some healing, trauma healing in minutes. And guess what? Emotional trauma gone, migraines gone. Then John comes, migraine, same symptoms. Guess what? His aren't physical, his aren't emotional, his are spiritual. He's being spiritually attacked by demonic entities, by unclean spirits, by fiery darts of the adversary. So we do some spiritual clearing, which I teach you in the truth code. And guess what? John's migraines are gone. So do you guys understand? When people come to you with pain, like your family members or your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or your auntie or your uncle, or if you have pain, you can know exactly what pain is and heal it in seconds. Thank you, Jason. Everybody has this ability. Every person. You do not have to be a psychic. You do not have to be a medium. You do not have to be more worthy. So it is your birthright to know exactly what is wrong in seconds and how to fix it. So how would that feel if you're in pain and you know exactly what your body needs? You don't have to guess. You guys, that is your gift to do that. And guess what? It's free. It doesn't cost any money to do this. What would this information do to the industry if people were able to heal themselves for free and get to the root cause of their pain for free? What would it do? It would literally bankrupt them. They would not be able to profit off of you anymore because you would know the truth. It is a $1 trillion scam. It is a $1 trillion scam. You are the cash cow. And until you learn how to get your own answers, until you learn how to stop outsourcing to 10 other people, what's my problem? Why do I keep getting the same toxic relationships? Why do I keep wasting all my money? Why do I keep saying yes to these jobs that suck the life out of me, right? Until you learn how to stop outsourcing your truth, you will continue to search for healing, for truth in all the wrong places. It comes from within. Right here. So in the truth code system, I'm going to teach you how to get answers in seconds. And these answers aren't made up. They're not make-believe. They're 99.9% accurate. Now, I've helped thousands of people learn how to do this. I've helped regular people with regular jobs, mothers, fathers, doctors, nurses, practitioners. I've helped psychics. I've helped mediums. I've helped people learn how to access their own truth. Because once you learn how to do this, I'm teaching you how to fish. You will never go hungry again. This is your birthright. So I'm going to give everybody 3 bonuses for sticking around this whole time. Everybody loves free gifts, right? I love free gifts. And by the way, this system is normally $97 when I'm not live. So you get the whole truth code system, which is how do I heal my pain? How do I know what my pain is? And what do I need to do to fix it? We don't guess. So bonus number one is, what's the point of learning how to do this if you can't help other people? As a mother, I will tell you, if I can't use this to help my children or my husband, I don't want it. So I'm going to teach you how to use the truth code system to help anybody get to the root cause of their pain, to help anybody get to the root cause of their money blocks, their relationship problems, because pain is universal. It doesn't just show up physically in the body. It shows up in relationships. It shows up in your bank account. So bonus number one, I'm going to teach you how to do this proxy. I'm going to teach you how to help people wherever you go, whether that's your family members, your friends, whether that's Grandpa Joe who lives another continent away. You can help him. And it's so cool. So that's bonus number one. Bonus number two is I'm going to teach you how to work on your money blocks, how to heal your money blocks, how to know exactly what's stopping you from making more money. Pain is communication. So if you want more money and it hurts, when you look at your bank account and it hurts, it's because your body's telling you what's wrong. But you've been taught to silence it. How many of you guys want more money? How many of you guys want more money but think that there's a block, there's a curse, maybe there's a hex, maybe there's some generational trauma, maybe there's some emotional trauma that happened around money, okay? Yeah, we all want more money. Money is not the problem. What the problem is are the blocks that are preventing that from coming in. Now, I will tell you my own personal story. Back in October, just this last October 2025, when I looked at my bank account, it hurt. So I had just quit corporate. I was doing one-on-one clients, and I was like, I'm going to go all in on my business, because every day I woke up sick to my stomach. How many of you guys know you're here for a purpose? Grew up in poverty in Africa. Ooh, Candy. Yeah. So how many of you guys know that you are here for a purpose? You're like, I know I'm here for a purpose, and I know I'm here to make a big difference in the world. Yeah, Dana. I knew the same thing. In fact, I knew it since I was 4 years old. And every day I would wake up sick to my stomach with this pit, like this knot. It was anxiety. It was everyday anxiety. I know I'm not supposed to work in corporate. I know I'm wasting my life. I should be helping people. So I use this system that I'm going to teach you for free, the money blocks. I asked my body, why am I doing the same thing over and over again? Why am I not able to make those 10K months? That was my goal. Why am I not making those 10K months? Guess what? My body told me. Yep, Dana, my anxiety is so bad. Yeah, mine was too. My body told me, Heather, you are afraid to be seen. You're afraid to be seen. Now, at first I said, baloney. I'm a public speaker. I'm an author. I traveled the world speaking to corporations. I'm not afraid to be seen. And guess what? My body said, ooh, Heather, that's a lie. You are afraid to be seen. You guys, there's a difference of being seen and being seen. And I was actually truly afraid for people to see me, to know that I had experienced trauma. I was afraid to speak on the spiritual warfare. I was afraid to speak about past lives. I was afraid to speak on the things that I knew truly made a difference in my life, because I was terrified of my family judging me. I was terrified that I would be outcast. I was terrified that I would lose friends and that people would make fun of me. And guess what? All those things happened. I had family who left me. I had family who accused me of things. I had friends who I was no longer friends with. I lost work. I lost jobs. And it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because that first month that I went all in, I did $20,000 in sales. $20,000 in sales. Even I was blown away. I was like, holy crap, what's happening? Because the truth is that you deserve all the money. God, universe, source wants you to have all that money. And it's not that you can't have it. It's because somewhere in here, you believe lies. You're afraid to be seen. You're afraid to be heard. So my second bonus is I'm going to teach you exactly. We don't have to guess why we're not making the 5K, the 10K. I will teach you exactly how to know what is blocking you from making that money. And the second you clear those blocks, you will see things coming into your life. So I've worked with several people. I've worked with doctors. I've worked with chiropractors, right? I've worked with people in the industry who you think they're making all this money, and they have their own limiting beliefs and blocks. But you don't have to guess. You can know exactly what that block is so the money can come in. Okay, and it's so powerful. How do I know it's powerful? Because it worked for me. And if it can work for me, it can work for you. Okay? So powerful. And it's simple. It's simple. My kids can do this, you guys. My kids can use this system. The reason why the elites of this world, they overcomplicate things, because they want you to think that it has to be complicated. They want you to think healing has to be complicated, relationships have to be complicated, wealth has to be complicated. Those are all lies. So bonus number 2, okay? Absolutely free when you get the system for $27. All right, bonus number 3. How many of you guys, when I ask this story, how many of you guys, if your Lamborghini, the light signal went on, and how many of you guys would literally take it to a gas station and just buy random products and pour it down the gas can, hoping that that warning signal would go away? Would you ever do that? Yes or no? Never. You would never do that. I would never take a $1 million Lamborghini to a 7-Eleven and just buy some random products and put it in the gas can, hoping that the warning signal is going to come off magically. But when you go into a grocery store, love you, Brianna, but you would go into a grocery store and pick random products based off of the way it looked, the price, I don't care. You're guessing. And you would put it into your body, into your gas can, hoping for your pain, your body's warning signal to go away. Why do we do that? Do you know that if you are doing that, most likely you are making your symptoms worse? Because they have actually tested that 77% of products that they actually tested not only didn't have the products in it, but they had harmful products in it. Fillers, things that would make your body have more toxins, less nutrients. So third bonus is I'm going to teach you guys how to test products, how to test supplements, because here's the truth, you guys. Your body is the most powerful diagnostic tool in the world, meaning that your body will test with a 99.9% accuracy a product. Is this product good for my body? Yes or no? Do I need this product? Yes or no? So you don't have to guess when it comes to supplements. I will teach you how to literally go into a store and pick the exact product that your body needs. And guess what? Thank you, Candy. And guess what? If your body doesn't need any of it and it's all garbage, you just saved yourself so much money. Because most people, I think, spend on average $1,500 a year on supplements and products, and 77% of them do not work and are actually causing you more problems. So I'm going to do you something. I'm going to save you thousands of dollars just by this one system. So who doesn't want to save money, right? Who doesn't want to save money? Who doesn't want to heal themselves? And who doesn't want to understand, right, the most powerful method, the most powerful instrument, how to use it? You guys, most of us are walking away with literally the most powerful remote control. And we're like, ooh, I'm just going to ignore all my intuition and all the gifts that I've been given and all the truth that I have access to because somebody told me I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy enough or I can't. There's no way it could be that easy. Yeah.
Are you on live?
Yeah.
Are you almost done?
Yeah, I'll be done in 5 minutes. Okay, so that's the truth code system. 3 bonuses, the entire system for $27. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Heather_Ashley_Jones, you can see my little testimonial video. I have hundreds of testimonials. If you guys want to look on my TikTok videos, you'll see testimonials. So the truth is that you have a once in a lifetime opportunity to bypass years of learning curve, thousands of dollars in certifications. I wish somebody had tapped me on the shoulder 10 years ago and said, Heather, let me save you so much money and let me just teach you this one thing. You are a powerful instrument. All the answers that you are seeking are right here. If you just learn how to have discernment, if you can just learn how to test, you will understand more than most people in this world will ever have access to because people are searching for truth outside of themselves. Now, it took me 10 years, right, to figure out this framework. You guys can take this information and run with it, right? You may struggle a little bit to get to the root. I did. It took me 10 years to struggle, but I figured it out. So what you're actually paying for is a system to do things quicker, right? Because you can do this. I'm not saying you can't. What I'm saying is it might take you a little time to figure it out. So what you're paying for is experience so that you don't have to waste the time or the money. So who's excited? Who's got the system? If you got the system, my thing's not on. But if you got the system, let me know so I can huzzah you. And if you do have any questions, you guys just go check it out. Go watch the testimonials. Go follow me on YouTube, Heather Ashley Jones, and watch as I would do this one-on-one with people. You can do this. It is your birthright to be able to do this. In fact, I am telling you, if you don't do this, you are going to end up broken down on the side of the road, wondering why. Neuropathy is a signal, Sandra. So we want to get to the root cause of the neuropathy, right? So if you were to come on, I would say, why does Sandra have neuropathy? Is it physical? Does she have parasites, toxins, nutrient deficiencies? Does she have emotional trauma? Does she have generational trauma, spiritual warfare, past lives? Now, you could have multiple things, but your body will tell you exactly what it is and how to fix it. There is nothing in this world that you can't get to the root cause of. Nothing. You can know in seconds. So you guys, I'm going to switch over to the spiritual mastery really quickly, just because this is so important. So if you know that you are meant to be here right now in this time, you have a purpose. You're like, I know I'm meant to help people. If you have a calling to help people, to serve people at a greater capacity, but you're like, I don't know how to do that. You guys, spiritual mastery right now, just through the month of August, it's $222. So it's normally, right, about $2,000 worth of material. So it's about $2,000, but for my birthday special, it's $222. I just turned 42 on the 22nd. So it's $222. This system is going to teach you how to help people. It's also going to teach you how to understand what your spiritual gifts are. It's going to teach you to stop outsourcing your discernment. So I'm going to teach you how to be so confident in yourself and your abilities that when someone comes to you with their problems, you can help them. But even better, when you have problems, you don't have to ask 5 to 10 other people for permission. This is your permission slip. This is me telling you and teaching you exactly how to know what your purpose is and your spiritual gifts are. So many other things. So this is also going to include certification. So you will be certified in a proven system that's already helped thousands of people and who you don't have to do the guesswork. So if you've been looking for certifications in like Reiki or emotion code or MAP or human design or all these things are all great, but they don't do this one thing. They don't teach you how to get answers in seconds, and they don't put it all together, right? We got to know the physical. We got to know the emotional. We got to know the generational. We got to know the spiritual. We got to know, right, the multidimensional. So once you understand this information, I teach you how to teach it to other people using your spiritual gifts. And a part of that is going to be discovering who you are, which I will teach you. So $222, there is a payment plan option. You can do four payments for the $222, but this is going to go away on September 1st. And you will not see this price probably ever again. But don't let the price point be the thing that you say yes to, but just, is it a yes for you? Is Heather Ashley Jones supposed to be my mentor? Am I supposed to learn from her? If it's a yes, it's yes. If it's not, that's okay. At least learn the truth code system so that you can start empowering yourself. So you can take back your power. You can start healing yourself, right? You can start getting to the root cause of your blocks, your money blocks, your relationship blocks. So I hope to see you in Spiritual Mastery. We go live every single Monday. We talk about DNA activation, frequency healing, which you guys, when you understand, again, how powerful your instruments are, most people are only using about 3 to 4% of their capacity. Imagine if you had access to awaken not only your spiritual capacities, your celestial capacity, but your physical capacities on this earth. Most people are walking around as like, we are literally superheroes. But most of us are only using like a small percentage of our capabilities. So I'm going to teach you how to activate not only your spiritual gifts, your celestial gifts, but your physical capabilities, more energy, okay, more power. When you understand who you are truly, you guys, it's game over. It's a game over. So if you don't know it yet, we are in the rebellion. The force is awakening. I've been seeing that everywhere, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the force is here. The force is returning. People have the force within them, and they're recognizing the truth, and they're wanting to be a part of something bigger. They're like, I want to be a part of this new world, this ascended world, the world where we're free, where we're not harassed and caged and profited like we're some type of cash cow. So if you want to be part of this new world with your gifts and your full capacity, that is going to be Spiritual Mastery. So I love you guys. I got to go take my kids to soccer. If you have any questions, send me a message. If you're like, I'm tech illiterate, send me a private message. I'll send you the link. But again, this price, $222, that is going to go away September 1st. It's going to go back up to its original price. But either way, when you jump in, it's priceless, okay? I also am going to let you know, certification. When you join Spiritual Mastery, it comes with a Truth Code certification. That is actually going to be taken out of Spiritual Mastery. It will be a total separate certification So you want to get in now so that's going to be $1,000. Certification truth code will be $1,000 moving forward, but I want to get as many people certified before the end of the year. So get in at this price point, okay? $222. Pray about it if you need to. Take some time, but September 1st is going back up. Send me a private message. I'll send you a link. You guys, the truth code. It's normally $97, but it's $27 while I'm live. You get all 3 free gifts. It will change your life. Don't take my word for it, though. Go look at the testimonials and try it out for yourself. Get my free guide. If you're like so dirt broke, you're like, I can't even afford to be on this call right now. Get my free guide. Start practicing. At least understand the truth about your pain, because just that one thing, when you understand what pain actually is, it will change your entire life. Guarantee it. All right. Love you guys. Amy, so the truth code, it's linked in my profile. Send me a private message, though, if you need me to send you the link. If you guys go to my profile and click on my LINK, you'll see it there. Okay? If you Google me, Heather Ashley Jones, it might come up as well on my site and everything. All right, love you guys. Gotta go.
Can you tell him to stop?
Yeah.
He's literally so
bye, guys. Love you. Okay.
He's literally so inappropriate.
Stop.
Where did you put my Starburst socks?
They were on your bed the last time I saw them. They were at the foot of your bed.
His name's so inappropriate.
Please.
Give him away to a foster family.
A foster family. Okay, come on, let's go.
Give him away to a foster family.
I did not take your socks. I didn't. Here, they're up here. They're right here. Here's one. The other one was up here too. You're not.